One of the things we talked about earlier was the cost of your materials. Now, I know some people that want to build these, they're not so sure that they're ever going to play it or they're going to stay with it, so they don't want to put a lot of money in it. There's places where if you're by a construction site, sometimes they're throwing away plywood that they use for forms. You could actually bag a couple of those, and then you could cut your boards out of those. It won't be beautiful, but at least you'll find out what it's like to make one. If you want to make a nicer one later on, you could do that. Same thing with scraps. These are just pieces we had laying around the shop. Doesn't make any difference. They got burn marks, holes, or whatever. Once they're in here, you're not going to see them. Same thing with these. These are just little pine softwood pieces we put in there. They don't have to be square. They can be rectangular shape. As long as you got two flat sides that you can put in, and they're going to sit flat. Again, anything on the inside of this, if you have a bad piece of plywood or something's got writing or paint on it, that's not going to show. All this stuff is going to be sealed up. Nobody's going to see inside of it. So if you don't have access to good wood, you can still make one of these. I would also suggest that you get online and you look up as many of these different kinds of how to build a cajon sites that there are, and find out the different ways of doing it, how people have approached it. You might get some other ideas about how to do it and some tips about safety or about how to get your wood. The more research you have, the more information you have, the easier it is, the more enjoyable experience it's going to be, and probably the better your end results are going to be. So don't feel just stick with this one. Go out and read some other ones, watch some other ones before you even start building.